What's up everyone, and welcome to another video talking about this month's Dragalia Lost. So normally I record these live on stream. It's been a couple days with the end of semester. I haven't streamed since all this stuff been going on with Dragalia, so I thought I'd just, do this one straight to YouTube for a change. Which probably isn't a bad idea, because then probably in the future we wouldn't have to wait days at a time for me to, finish the stream or whatever and do some other stuff and get it up. So I've heard one thing in this month in Dragalia Lost. So I haven't spoiled on one thing, but that's basically just been that Master Agitos is coming for Volk. Now, that's something we obviously knew was coming. I'm extremely surprised it's coming this soon, but it's also a good sign, which, we'll get into a little more later. But in essence, people at the very end game of Dragalia don't have a lot to do. The Agitos come out, they're fun, but they're not really as hard. They're nowhere near as hard as Master High Dragons, but they shouldn't be, because Master High Dragons were a mess. And I'm very happy that they're putting stuff into the game to address the fact that those were a mess and, get people caught up, because there's a very big gap now between those who can do Master High Dragons who had weapons and those who couldn't. And Agitos have been a very good way for them to catch people up and get through that while giving established players stronger weapons to give them a reason to run it. Now, Master Agitos are, they could be something entirely different, because the jump from Expert to Master Dragons was insane. The Agitos could be the same thing, and the fact that we're getting Volk, so assumedly sometime in May, it's kind of crazy. But without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so this month in Dragalia Lost. So, message again from the director, as they do every month for the game, to keep us up to date. I want to start by thanking you for playing Dragalia Lost. I hope you're enjoying the Fire Emblem Heroes event. Chapter 13, the main campaign, was also added, so I hope you enjoyed that too. I haven't done either, so gotta get on that. First time you play the main campaign in normal difficulty, it won't cost any stamina. As you clear quests, you'll get upgrade items and unlock special endeavors. I think it'll serve both new and returning players in their future adventures if they play the main campaign during breaks between events. That's fair enough. I like the idea that normal doesn't consume stamina. If you had to catch up and you're worried about stamina, doing 13 chapters of campaign was going to be a lot. So just taking it out of normal is just good. Encourages new players to play through it. You get a lot of unlocks from that, so it's very smart. So the Fire Emblem Heroes event. So they're alive until May 11th. Recording this is May 6th, we'll say May 2nd. So plenty of time. So there's Lost Heroes and Kindred Ties. Interesting to me that they're actually separate. I really hope Kindred Ties you can get Lost Heroes rewards, because the 10 million honors they wanted you to farm up again? No. It's too much. If you haven't played them yet, we're starting with the original event, Fire Emblem Lost Heroes. Fire Emblem Lost Heroes, Alphonse will join your team as you play quests. Serena will do the same during the Kindred Ties event. Also, defensive battles in Fire Emblem Lost Heroes are solo only, but those in Kindred Ties can be played in co-op. Yeah, it makes sense. They want everyone to be funneled into the new content, not the old ones. It makes sense. This time around, made a few adjustments to defensive battles, so you run faster. Using a quest skill that can be activated upon 3 times per quest. What? I haven't seen that. Okay. We activate this quest skill, a barrage of arrows will rain down from the sky, damaging enemies in a wide area. Okay, so it's something that they actually added that is new. I guess I just did it again. So because they already made you fast. They must have made you even faster. So the Fire Emblem Kindred Ties event song, the Dawn song, plays during the story and certain quests. There's trial quests posed by Taku Inoue and sung by Hitomi Miyahara. Some title implies things turn out rather enticing or energizing. It's interesting to me that it seems like Dragalia is moving away from Dako. Maybe that was just like a one-year deal, but a lot of the new songs in Dragalia, not even a lot, I think a majority of the new songs in Dragalia, she doesn't have a hand in them. I think the last one, I think the anniversary song, if I'm not wrong, I heard on Spotify was one of hers. But I think since then, they've all been new, which isn't too bad, I guess. It's just like different things. The second half comes May 3rd. Tiki will appear in the Summit Showcase along with the second half of the event. Now, I have to say I'm very happy that Tiki's joining the game. Eventually, their own unique fighting styles. Hope you're looking forward to her joining the game. So, Tiki is very popular in Fire Emblem, obviously. Now, young Tiki's more popular in Japan. Cygames is the Japan company, so Nintendo is also a Japan company, so we got young Tiki. I prefer older Tiki, but Tiki is one of my favorite Fire Emblem Heroes. I mean, yes, he is my favorite in Fire Emblem Heroes, and Fire Emblem Heroes that made me like her, but Fire Emblem period. I also would have liked Robin. But also the fact that Tiki is a dagger. And we live in the dagger town around here. And she's a water dagger that I've been waiting for. So, I might actually wait until tonight to start pulling. depends when she gets released, because I'm guessing that May 3rd might be Pacific time, so she might be released on the 4th. I might double check that, but I haven't pulled it all, so I gotta get Carmen the Fairy, which I never remember her name. I stopped playing Heroes before she came out, so I don't really care. Gotta get her though, she's limited. And I need Tiki, for sure, because I want to run Tiki. Okay, this is funny. There was, okay, I'll get to that. Don't skip ahead. Also, new type of content, the Coliseum will be added in the second half of the event, which that was set to go up this reset coming up, so Tiki should come out then too. In these quests, you'll fight successive battles against adventurers from Dragalia Lost and receive rewards based on how many battles you're able to win. Okay. There are quests for each of the 5 elements and several difficulty levels. There it is. Because yeah, we only saw fire, so we were not worried, but we were interested to see what would happen. But now that we know that all 5 elements and multiple difficulty levels, if they drop them all at once, it's a lot of content for us to do. The might requirement for the highest difficulty level, Infernal, will be rather high. Even though there are no special rewards for Infernal difficulty, hope you'll take the opportunity to challenge yourself with these quests. If you're confident in your skills, I'm excited. Like, that's gonna be a lot of fun. So today on stream, gotta do a lot of catch up with a lot of stuff I haven't done, and then at reset we come back, pull for Tiki and Coliseum, or end of the Fire Emblem event, pull for Tiki, Coliseum. There's a lot to do, lots and lots to do. So plans for this month: after Fire Emblem Heroes event ends, we're planning on reviving Loyalty's Requiem raid event. This is the very first, not only the very first raid event, the very first event, period, is not come back. It was the first event after the release of the game. It was be the first time it's revived, as I said. Everyone's favorite Arm Master, Celiera, and the Dragon Pele to your team. Also 4-star Celiera and Win Ranzel's Mana Spiral will unlock. Oh. Ranzel will be able to remove enemy buffs, which will make him an effective venture against the Water Tomb Agito boss. That's why I know TLDC's happy. So basically, the problem with Wind, there is no Dispel in Wind. Now that Ranzel's getting that, Wind now has a Dispel, which means that fight will go down a lot, because that fight right now takes a long time. It is not, like, she gets up to like 48% defense, and you can't do anything about it. So on Expert, those clear times will be much faster because of Ranzel. So I think this is kind of okay. They made it a little harder because we didn't have a way to do it. Now they buff a character everyone has, so now if you have Ranzel, you have a way in. Because I think right now the really popular characters like Silas, Lin Yu can do it. She's going to be taken out for Ranzel immediately. So it's going to be basically Silas, Ranzel, Lowen, but you can do it with other healers, but Lowen's really good because Bog, and then +1. Normally Hawk. That's kind of what you're looking at for a team for that fight. But Ranzel's a very easy way because everyone has Ranzel. So like you just farm up the materials and then anyone can really get in there with Ranzel, which is good. It's funny what I mentioned because they had a comic strip, which I'm just going to go grab. So there was this comic strip. You can't really see the top of it, but it says like number 58, finally, I've been waiting. So this was translated and put on the Reddit. But in essence, they have a bunch of these comic strips they do for Dragalia. So it's just like, you know, event rerun rate line. And then how much it costs to rerun, and then they showed like, oh, Pele's coming in, it's finally my turn, so we're gonna get Pele, and like, yeah, it actually happened. So that's Ebisu. I'm guessing that's Bakukuten. Maybe in the other side. I know it's Ebisu for sure. But yeah, Pele finally gets her rerun as we're seeing. And this is also good because like the Frakamoth title for the speed clear is one of the most rare titles in all of Dragalia. Rarer than that is the light type attack title. That's a story for another time. But yeah, one of the rarest titles in all of Dragalia because how ridiculous it was to do it. Or not ridiculous, it was just hard. It was like really hard to get it back then. Most of the time attack clear times are easy now. Back then it was hard to do this one. So very few people got it, but now you get your chance to. Ranzel Mana Spiral was nice. In late May, we'll add Interlude to Chapter 13 and Dream Big on the Big Top Facility event to the Compendium. Okay, this is good. So a lot of the facility events should be in the Compendium. This one gave a light facility, which goes up to, well, I think it goes to 30 still. So this will probably take it to 35. So if you don't have the facility, you can catch up there. Compendium's a really good thing in general. It's a bunch of free rewards. Free Wormite for redoing stuff you've already done. And you get to either upgrade a building you don't have, or the building you do have goes like 5 levels higher. So, good all around. Yeah, here we go. So at the end of May, we plan to add Master difficulty to Volk's Wrath and Agito Uprising. You'll also be able to craft tier 2 flame-attuned 6-star weapons. We're pairing some action elements you can only see in master difficulty, so I hope you try clearing it. We're planning to add master to other quests in Geo Uprising as well, but we want to provide standard and expert first and add master over time. So, like I said earlier, I think this is a direct response to the fact that if you're an endgame player in Dragalia, there's kind of not a lot for you to do, right? Because Agitos are made to be in between like expert and master high dragons, in essence. Volk was the hardest, still is the hardest. It's not even easy to auto Volk, while the other two you can definitely just auto them on standard. Volk is hard. Now, Volk is going to have master difficulty. Now, let's think of the timeline. They just released Mars, you know, Gala Dragon, 90% strength dragon. So, more than likely, to do Volk on Master, you probably will need Mars. That's the first off. Second off, you're going to need an Agito weapon. And the fact that we're getting tier 2 weapons. Now, to make a tier 2 weapon, you need to normally make a max tier 1 weapon. I hope they change this system, because it's going to be something else. Because people are, like, TLC was talking about people saving up 1,000 and 700. So 1,000 silver fragments, 700 gold fragments from Volk. So that way you can, day one, make a Mub master weapon. Because the thing is, like before with dragons, high dragons, we didn't need to do that because there was Damascus. You just make the master once and just bar it all the way up and you're good. This, we can't do that. There are no, Damascus don't work on 6-star weapons. So yeah, this is going to be like ridiculously strength weapons and a lot of farming. So there's probably going to be a lot of runs of Volk. Maybe with like a couple, maybe with one of these, you can probably start autoing them, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of runs of Volk. So I'm excited because I'm really set up for fire, so I'm ready to give it a go and all that. Like either I'm bringing Ez, if Ez should work. I highly doubt Ez is going to be taken. If people don't want to bring Ez, if you want to bring Nobunaga, I have her too. I just have to bring a high dragon weapon, but like whatever, it's almost as good. If not, I can farm up her tier 6-star weapon. Don't want to do that though. I'd rather invest in Ez. But either way, excited for Volk. And then it says that here, please also challenge the Water to Agito boss Celia. We recently added. As before, you'll get materials required to create 6-star weapons. From the first have included quest and standard difficulty. And treasure trade, you can also trade for a powerful facility that boosts stats to the adventures. Now, again, like the video I made, you probably want to make the building and upgrade the building first. The weapon is good, but the weapon is good for one character. If you want to have a whole strong team, you should do the facility, because the facility gives you everyone. So keep that in mind. Okay, regarding future updates, as announced previously in Dragalia Digest, one future update we're working on the ability for a single adventurer to use 2 select skills from other adventurers. Okay, I'm very excited about this because this is something I really wanted to know. An adventurer can equip up to 2 skills from other adventurers. Only the leader of each team can use the skills equipped from other adventurers. The equipped skills from other adventurer... Wait, okay, it seems a little typo. 2 equipped skills from another adventurer. The adventurer who the skill belongs to must be level 80 or higher and have at least 50 mana nodes unlocked. Okay, so you have to invest. That's not ridiculous. They could have gone like, oh, you need max mana spiral. Like, that's pretty fair. You had to invest all the way. Which, realistically, if they're on your team and you're using their co-abilities, this should be done anyway. Specific items must also be used. Skills belonging to adventurers who join as a part of the main campaign can be equipped even if they do not meet the conditions described above. Okay, so story characters are good. Some skills cannot be equipped that way. That's fair. Because, like, there are some skills where it's like, yeah, this skill's broken, like Grace. Like, any of Grace's skills? Probably not. Like, her skills are pretty ridiculous. But then you say you can only use the first skill. Like, I thought the restriction would be you can only use, like, the skill that they would have as a helper. But it seems like, no, you can take either of their skills. Which, like, there's some skills, like, say, Reina, who her skill 2 refreshes her skill cooldown of her skill 1. But if you can get that skill and just refreshes skill 1 cooldowns, period, that could be really good for certain characters. Like, I say Cerise, for instance, just pop skill 1, refresh it, pop it again. Just a big nuke thing that you can use. Other characters that need, like, have really damaging skill 1s, have really long build up, or stuff like that, or like buffs, you can double stack them. Like Cleo. On Cleo, they'd be pretty silly because you could, like, skill 1, drop your circle, pop that skill 1 again, drop your circle, 50%. Like, that'd be pretty silly. But, well, that's probably one of the ones that you can't use. Be aware that this feature is in development, so there may be changes to the above by the time of release. We'll share more information on how the feature will work in future updates. Regarding the main campaign, this was also shared during the Dragalia Digest, but Chapter 14 is scheduled for release in June. A new adventure will join you in Chapter 14. Ooh, but you'll have to wait until you actually play Chapter in June to see who will be journeying along with you. Okay, so we're getting a new character in June for the story. In conclusion, we're very happy we were able to have another From Heroes event. The second half of the event is coming up, And there's a revival event featuring the raid boss Fragonoth after that, with Celia's Maris being unlocked as well. Also, we're planning to add a new raid event for the end of May, so I hope you'll continue to enjoy playing Dragalia Lost. And Ashes, Wormite, so free 10 pull basically. Alright, and that's everything. Yeah, this is the big one. Master Agitos is definitely the big one. Now, I'm also excited for Tiki, obviously, because I hope I get her. I might not. But I have been faithful to water daggers. I have been faithful. Time for my reward. It's time. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. So like later when I get this up and stream, gonna be doing a lot of Agito because there's a lot to be had. I'm very excited to like jump in. Okay, I said that kind of wrong, but I'm doing a lot of stuff in general and probably gonna be running a lot of Agito stuff because there's a lot of prep to be done for this in essence. And I have to finish making my water building for Silas and his weapon and all that stuff. So yeah, we'll have a good time. Anyway, that's all for now. Hope you guys enjoyed and hope to catch you guys in the next video.